Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Together we are the Office Blokes.
Yep.
It is a true factual statement that people say about us sometimes.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go. Have you been watching top 10 funniest moments? I'm on autopilot. Have you been watching Clarkson's Farm?
I've never seen it.
You've not seen it?
No,
Never seen it?
No.
Oh,
No,
it's the best
never-
show on TV.
Not got into it yet.
It's my favourite show on TV.
I binged all of season 2 in one night.
Yep.
Just on a Friday night when I was at home alone.
Yeah.
Just
What's
put
it
it
up
on.
to then? What season's it?
Just
Two.
two.
There's only
Two.
two.
Oh, right, okay.
It's
Yeah.
well worth watching, mate.
And what's it on?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, right, okay.
I think he'd been commissioned for season 3 and then he got cancelled for the Meghan Markle comments. So they said we're going to honour season 3, but then after that we're not renewing it. But I'm starting to think
It'll get renewed.
I think maybe Amazon have backtracked. They just let the waters
things
calm
die down
a
a
bit.
bit. And yeah, if it does well, they'll do it again.
It's smashed it.
Clarkson's very well liked amongst the public.
He is. He's a lot of people think he's a buffoon. I think that's the best way to describe him, because he is, and I think he'd call himself that. But he's a very likeable guy.
I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, and he's done well. I mean,
He's brought some great characters through on the farm as well. There's one guy called Gerald who talks in a Gloucester, Bristol,
just babble.
accent, and no way you understanding what he's saying.
Right.
Not a clue.
Is that where the farm is then?
It's in the Cotswolds.
Suffolk.
Cotswolds.
Is it Cotswolds?
It's Oxford, isn't it? Oxfordshire.
Somewhere
Right,
like that,
okay.
but it's a 1,000-acre farm.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's big, isn't it?
So, I mean, apparently he's owned it since about 2008, but someone else has ran it.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And now I think because the Grand Tour isn't really doing much, I think they're just going to do specials occasionally.
Right, okay.
He just said he's going to run the farm instead.
It's great.
It literally is one of the best things.
Oh,
on
right,
Watch.
okay.
Brilliant watch.
Yeah. Let's get into it. The top 10 funniest moments on Clarkson's Farm.
Well, we've got more important things to think about right now, to be brutally honest. Oh.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest moments on Clarkson's Farm.
Well, I mean, I'm just completely at a loss. I'm at a loss. I don't know. Look at the ecological work I'm doing here.
Might want to drop the topper down, it might help a little bit. Rookie error.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Just to give you a bit of context, Mike, the guy who says rookie error there, he's the farm manager called Caleb.
Right, okay.
And he's an absolute psycho.
All right.
Never been outside of what's it called?
Chipping Norton.
Chipping
is it?
Norton.
Norton, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's become like a kind of the hero of it.
Oh, he's a legend. He's become like a legend of it.
Yeah, bit of a character.
I think he's a farmer born and bred.
Oh, 100%.
And like works on other farms as well.
Right,
but he
okay.
works on Clarkson's Farm as the voice of reason.
So he knows his stuff.
100%.
Absolutely.
But he doesn't take prisoners neither.
Does he not?
No.
It's just as people used to be.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit, innit? Just say what you think.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
For this list, we're looking at the most hilarious moments from Jeremy Clarkson's latest outing. Let us know in the comments whether you'd ever start a farm of your own. Number 10, The Shard. Clarkson enlists his dependable farmhand Caleb to take a load of freshly grown wasabi into London and find a Japanese restaurant to flog it to.
I think we've got the jobs a little bit wrong today.
Go to London, sell wasabi, don't take less than £300, and I'll see you back here tonight.
Over the course of the show, we've learned that Caleb's actually never been beyond the village and has never stepped foot in the nation's capital city, so he's out of his depth on the ride down.
I don't understand, we don't keep telling me to turn left.
Turn right into Grosvenor Place.
What are you beeping me at?
But in the end, far from being bowled over by everything London has to offer, Caleb's ultimately unimpressed. He even visits a restaurant in the Shard, the UK's tallest building, and tells his mum just how little he thinks of it.
I'm at the Shard. Ever heard of it? It's like a big building in London. It's not very good. It's like 1,000 feet up in the air.
Number 9, shouting.
Is that not good enough for you, that mess you've done there, and you had to do another mess
Yeah,
up
but
there?
Sam Mendes called. He's thinking of doing 1918.
What was wrong with that mess? Why did you have to do a new mess?
While trying to construct some wetlands, Clarkson finally gets tired of everybody taking out their frustrations on him and wants to know why everybody's always shouting.
Why does everybody shout at me all the time? Literally, I get up in the morning and people shout at me.
In this case, they were shouting at him for absolutely destroying a huge portion of his own land by being incredibly reckless with a digger during poor weather.
This is not wilding. That's damage. You know, you've got to stop doing it.
and other times it's for spending too much money, not getting his paperwork in order quickly enough, or trying to cut corners with ridiculous antics, like using a drone as a sheepdog because he doesn't want to pay a shepherd at first.
It flies around, herds the sheep, barking at them. They think it's an airborne dog. Today,
He can't mix the rape and the barley together, so instead, he needs to try and shift a large quantity of barley in one day. And he can't even do that right, because he doesn't order anywhere near enough lorries.
You do not listen. You switch off. Probably switch off now. You don't even know what I'm saying now, probably.
Number 7, sheep or...
He's done a great job at highlighting just how tough it really is as a profession.
It's a proper hard industry.
I can imagine.
It's an industry graphic.
Early mornings, late nights.
He's also highlighting how difficult it is for farmers to progress in England at the moment.
Yeah.
And to make money, I mean, I think prices are, literally sort of like pushed down quite a lot by the big supermarkets, aren't they? They're sort of like the big buyers out there, aren't they? And they sort of like dictate basically how much they're going to earn, and they like to pay as little as possible, don't they?
They've got you over a barrel.
Yeah,
that's why I like to go to, during the summer especially, I like to go to farm shops and just buy their produce, because you buy, I don't know, like a kilo of potatoes for whatever they're charging. It's still cheaper than the supermarket, but they're probably making an extra 70% on what they would have sold it.
Of course they will,
But he's very innovative as well about how he's trying to develop the farm into different things,
different ideas and
using
stuff,
different farmers' produce and making it all sort of like self-sufficient for the area. But the area are saying, no, we don't want bringing too many people to our village.
It's probably all those people who voted for Brexit in the village, and they're losing their subsidies because of Brexit, the farmers, and then the government said, diversify, do other things with your land. And that's what he's trying to do, but the locals are saying, no, we don't want you doing it.
And the councillors are saying, no, you can't do it. It's really interesting. They've got to have Gerald on here though.
I hope so. It's absolute, like season 2 towards the end gets a bit infuriating.
It does.
There's a couple of bits where I'm just like, he actually had to apologise because he took the mickey out of someone's spelling at that council meeting.
He did.
Turns out the guy was dyslexic.
He's a lawyer.
It was and he's come out and said he was disability shaming him. So he had to do a public apology over that one.
Auction.
I went to a nearby market to buy stock, and immediately there was a problem.
Early on in the series, Clarkson decides he's going to try his hand at sheep farming so that he can keep the grass down in his fields. The first step in this process is, of course, going to buy some sheep.
I know how my mum felt when she was trying to buy a car. They all look exactly the same. Or my dad, when he was listening to pop music.
Like everybody without a background in agriculture, he's baffled by the different breeds of sheep and which one he should get. He's told that North Country mules are easy, but it doesn't seem that way at first. There's not only the inscrutable accent of the auctioneer to contend with, but also the distressed sheep, one of which actually headbutts somebody in the audience at the auction.
Oh, wow.
It's a dramatic way to get introduced to livestock, that's for sure.
By nodding occasionally, I seem to be buying stuff.
134, 134.5, 135.
And I was.
Number 6, electric shock.
I cannot wait to eat them. I cannot wait.
It turns out that the stone walls are too low, and the sheep will just jump over them and escape. So Jeremy needs to get himself an electric fence to keep them penned in. However, setting up an electric fence is easier said than done. First, he has to buy the fence and then trail it around the field's boundaries himself, and then it doesn't even work right away. He finds out when he tests it.
Oh, gug! You bastard!
Not satisfied to be the only person on the farm to suffer a shock, when he does get it running, he also convinces Lisa to test it as well with a piece of grass.
Oh yeah. Bit on.
Number 5, caravans.
And I got on really well with them because I've always been incredibly nice about caravans.
Brilliant.
I've
always said really kind.
That's Alan the builder.
Oh, is it? Oh, of course it is, yeah. I thought it was the... Looking a bit scraggly compared to season 2. Everyone's sharpened themselves up a bit for the second season.
Number 5, caravans.
And I got on really well with them because I've always been incredibly nice about caravans.
Brilliant.
I've always said really kind things.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that Jeremy Clarkson hates caravans, along with the other members of the Grand Tour trio. So things were bound to get a little uncomfortable when he needed to borrow the electricity supply of the nearby caravan park to get his farm shop up and running. He has to be on his best behaviour and strike a deal which involves him becoming the public face of the caravan park in exchange for power.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Clarkson, and as I've always said, you can't beat a caravan holiday.
We thought we'd never see the day that Clarkson goes on record to endorse some caravans, and it was certainly a sight to behold.
So come on, beat those Brexit blues and take your holiday this year in a good old British field. You won't regret it.
Number 4, Stuck.
Right, this is a complete job.
Clarkson's penchant for the most powerful way to do anything comes back to bite him when he tries to make a wetland on his property. He wrangles a digger and takes it down to where he wants to build a pond, but the ground is far too wet.
I'm not touching anything and I'm just moving down. Oh, shit.
Not only does he destroy much of the land, but he also gets stuck and can't get the digger out again. Caleb arrives to help, but it's all to no avail. They have to leave and return the following day, this time with 3 tractors, all pulling each other to get free of the ditch. And then he gets an unsympathetic telling off from Charlie for making such a mess.
We're making an omelette, and some eggs have been broken.
Number 3, interviewing the village.
Put them in the farm shop. So the farm shop's not built, and I haven't got planning permission.
Initially, Jeremy's request for permission to build a farm shop is denied by the village, which assumes it's going to cause chaos and will harm local businesses.
The village has objected to my farm shop plan.
Amazon's camera crew ventured into Chadlington to talk with the villagers themselves, and it turns out they've really got a bone to pick with Clarkson. They don't like the havoc he's wreaked in his Grand Tour antics, like blowing stuff up and driving fast, gas-guzzling supercars.
It's a little old-fashioned village.
It's understandable since Clarkson certainly isn't everybody's cup of tea, but still funny to see the villagers tear him a new one in the talking heads.
And we never know what Jeremy's going to do next.
I mean, he blew up his house.
And then the farm shop...
That was an episode of the Grand Tour. One of the early ones. It was great.
These people must realise it was a different programme. I mean, I know it's him, but it's
what he does.
It's him on his land doing buffoon stuff. But it's proper Royston Vasey, isn't it? It's proper,
they all look related, don't they?
Yeah. I just when I go down and visit places like this, I always get annoyed. Just weird, like even round here.
Well, they are stuck in the past, aren't they? Some places like that, they really are. No forward thinking or modernisation at all.
I mean, you don't have to modernise in certain places where there's one local pub, everyone knows each other. You can kind of get, but you've got to be sympathetic to other people's plights, and him being a farmer that needs to diversify.
Yeah, I mean, you get tradition, don't you, in a lot of these places? That's what you want to see, but you've got to have a bit of a modern twist as well.
But it's an area of natural beauty, right? And he's trying to put a restaurant on there that overlooks that area of natural beauty, so people can enjoy that area of natural beauty.
Yeah,
and they're saying nope.
So more people can appreciate it.
Yeah, because they want to drive past his fields and be able to enjoy them while they're driving instead.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it, isn't it? They don't want the aesthetic ruined for them.
Yeah,
people still need to make money. It's still going to bring more people to the village, maybe. But I mean, people will make money out of it. All the local shops will as well.
But at the same token, what happens is it's happening in a village down here on Sunday. The Hare and Hounds is closing down forever. Sunday, do you know?
It's simple,
is it?
Yeah,
they're putting old people's home.
Old people's on there, right?
And
everyone's moaning that it's closing, and then same people that are moaning that it's closing never used it.
Precisely.
So stop it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
It's villages like that are a pain in the arse though. If you could point all of those people out, and if you had 100 people stood there, like game of Guess Who and who lives in this village.
On a nice sunny day, it's probably nice to visit, but living there. Not so sure.
No.
But think about the jobs. Loads of them have probably got kids or grandkids. They could end up working in that farm shop or in the restaurant.
Of course, there must be young kids there as well, young people and that. So
old with inherited wealth is what it is.
Yeah, the family have been there for generations, haven't they?
Yeah,
all the same.
I think they own the whole village.
Yeah,
attracts far more customers than anyone can handle. Number 2, kicked by a sheep.
He said the sheep were rubbing themselves on their hen houses because they were hot and itchy, which meant It was time to shear them.
It's summer and the sheep are getting too hot, which means it's time to shear them. Another aspect of sheep farming Clarkson's not yet done. Once again, he has Kevin from the NSA and his trusty shepherd Ellen to help him, who proves herself to be a sheep shearer extraordinaire, as you'd expect from a shepherd.
I want to have a go at that. Can I do the next one?
Clarkson, on the other hand, is nothing of the sort, and gets kicked between the legs by an upset sheep on his very first attempt at shearing.
I'm going to get kicked. Oh, it's got me in the testes. Oh, that's it. Right.
In fairness, wrestling and shearing an aggravated sheep isn't for the faint of heart. Hopefully, he'll one day get the hang of it.
Now we've got a relaxed relationship going on. Whoa!
No, a big tractor.
Having finished my test drive, I made a decision and bought this.
Because this is Jeremy Clarkson. He can't settle for a small, sensible tractor. He has to buy the biggest tractor he can possibly find, which turns out to be an enormous Lamborghini. The Lambo gets him into all kinds of scrapes during the show. It's extremely complicated, all the menus are written entirely in German, and it's also not compatible with British farm equipment at the beginning, since it has a German hitch.
It's alright, Google Translate. Page not found.
He has to get it modified so that it can actually attach the right machines to it and do its job. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this...
Just him to get a Lamborghini tractor. How bizarre.
In German.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I wonder what he's got paid for that show, because he spends a hell of a lot of money, and I know he's got money, you know, and like the Grand Tour pays a lot and Top Gear pays a lot. Yeah. But, you know, to like, I think that tractor ended up costing him like 200 grand or something ridiculous.
Would it have cost him that though? Would they have seen that as a really good sort of like advertising ploy?
But it's possibly, but at the same time, I think he's probably shelling out loads for this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he is. But I'm just wondering, you know, if Amazon have commissioned him for, let's say, a couple of mil he's going to walk away with for a season, and then it's like, right, well, I'll spend 200 on a tractor, I'll spend that on that.
Yeah.
Because I think he's okay for money, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is.
That goes without saying.
Very much so.
Because it's the best show on TV.
It probably is.
By a long way.
Yeah.
I need to get into that then.
It's definitely like, it's easy watching and really amusing, but then touches a few topics that farmers go through, and like the NIMBY council members and all that sort of stuff.
But I can really imagine that being a bit of a wind up.
It's kind of like Top Gear used to be. You know, where it's like, it's not about the cars, and this isn't necessarily about the farm. Yeah, it's just about the interactions between the people.
I think he's usually the main man, even in Top Gear, who's the main man, then the other two sort of like just fed off him, and maybe the other people on there, like the characters, a bit like that are sort of like that you can feed off.
Callum's a big character. Gerald is. Charlie. Charlie's in it a lot, and Callum.
That's what you need. Programs like that, you do need proper characters, don't you? If you've got them, then it can. Yeah, it can make for a great program.
Well, it's well worth watching. It's well worth watching.
I'll give it a go, definitely.
Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.